In the last video, I introduced the idea of polynomial division, and we saw one example of it being applied. In this video, I'm going to go through lots of examples so you get really good at this technique and feel really comfortable doing it in lots of different situations. Let's get going. All right, so in this question it says f of x equals 2x cubed minus 9x squared plus 7x plus 6. Given that x minus 2 is a factor of f of x, fully factorise f of x and hence solve f of x equals 0. We'll come to that in a second. So how do we fully factorise it? Well, first we want to divide this f of x by x minus 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our grid. So here's x minus 2. And we want our cubic equation to start appearing in this grid. And we want our answer to start appearing on the top line. Okay, so the cubic term, we're only going to get that by doing x times an x squared term. That's the only way that we're going to get up to cubed. So all of the 2x cubed is going to fit in that box. Now, x times what gives me 2x cubed? Well, 2x squared. So that goes up here. Now I can multiply the next box out in my grid. So 2x squared times negative 2 is minus 4x squared. All right, now I'm aiming for minus 9x squared. I've already got minus 4x squared, so what more x squares do I need? Well, I need a further minus 5x squared. And I know it goes in that box because I'm going to get x squares there because it's going to be my x multiplied by some x term there. And it's not going to appear anywhere else because I've just got a constant here and that's not going to get me up to x squared. And I'm not going to get it here because that'll be x times a constant there. So what goes up here? Well, x times what is minus 5x squared? Well, x times minus 5x. So then I can fill in this next box here because minus 5x times minus 2 is 10x. And then I can think, well, I want 7x and I've got 10x. So what's needed here? Well, I better get rid of 3 of the x's, so I'm down to the right amount. So minus 3x here. Okay, what goes up here? Well, x times what gives me minus 3x? Minus 3. And just fill in the last one here, check that it works. Minus 3 times minus 2 is 6. And yes, that does work and there's no remainder in my division. Okay, what does that mean? That means that f of x, which you'll see is all of this stuff in here added up, is x minus 2 multiplied by 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. Now, it says fully factorise, so we also want to factorise that quadratic as well. So fully factorising this, well, you can use the AC method. In fact, let's do a quick recap of the AC method. So I'll just do that over here. So we're looking for two numbers. Okay, first do A times C. And if you can't remember what this is, do go back and watch the AC method video earlier in the course. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 6 and add to negative 5, and those two numbers are negative 6 and 1. So I split my central term, which was 5x, into minus 6x and 1x. So I haven't changed it, I've just re-expressed the middle term as these two things added together. And I fully factorise my first two terms, x minus 3, and I fully factorise the last two, but since there's nothing to actually factorise here, I can just call it 1 times x minus 3. And so fully factorised, I can see that x minus 3 is in both, and that leaves me with 2x plus 1. If you don't know what I'm talking about here, please do go back and watch the AC method video where I explain this in lots of detail. So fully factorised, that is x minus 3 and 2x plus 1. And there is the fully factorised cubic. It says hence solve f of x equals 0. So can we solve this equals 0? Sure we can. because if it's equal to 0, then one of the factors must be 0. So either x minus 2 equals 0, in which case x is 2, or x minus 3 equals 0, in which case x is 3, or 2x plus 1 equals 0, in which case x is minus a half. All right, so there is that full one. We'll go through more examples in a second. I just want to point out that you can use your calculator, I'll show you how to do it with this one, to check your answer. Just be really careful though, because the calculator is not going to be able to successfully factorize, but can successfully solve. So have a look at this. Okay, so I've got my calculator here. So what we can do is, just to check our answer, we can go down to the equation solver. We can say it's a polynomial. Now this is a degree 3 polynomial because it's cubic. The leading power is a 3, x to the power 3. So we type in 3, and now we key it in. So it was 2x cubed minus 9x squared plus 7x plus 6. Here are our answers. So negative a half, yep, we got that. 3, yep, we got that. And 2, yep, we got that. So you can really nicely use the calculator to check your answers, but notice that it didn't actually factorize it for us. I want to stress the point that the calculator didn't factorize it for us, because students sometimes when they learn this technique with the calculator think, oh, brilliant, okay, I don't need to bother with all this polynomial division nonsense. Obviously, you need to do that because some questions just require that, but also if you only have these as your answers, a really common error is that people think, okay, I can see the answers there, so it must have factorized as x minus 2 because there was a 2 there, and then there must have been an x minus 3 because there's a 3 there, and it must have been x plus a half because it was minus a half there. Except that's actually wrong, because it wasn't x plus a half, it was 2x plus 1. So you've just got to watch out on those, okay? Don't rely on your calculator to factorize these for you, just use them to check your answers. All right, let's have a look at another example. So here it says f of x equals x cubed minus x squared minus 18. Given that x minus 3 is a factor of f of x, fully factorize f of x and hence solve. So same kind of question, just a different cubic. Now notice here the cubic is a little bit awkward because there is no x term. Don't worry about that, it basically makes no difference. So same thing, we're going to create our grid. X minus 3 is one of the factors, and our other factor has to be a quadratic, because we will look at ones that are where it's the factor is not a quadratic in a second, or in a future video, but for now it's definitely a quadratic, because a linear term, so this is a linear term, x minus 3, multiplied by a quadratic is what's going to get us up to our cubic. So here's our grid, ready to go. And what's going into it? Well, my first term, my leading term is x cubed. I'm only going to get an x cubed here, because it's only going to form by having an x term multiplied by a quadratic term, a squared term. And in fact, it's going to have to be x squared, because x squared times x is x cubed. Now I can fill in this box, because x squared times minus 3 is minus 3x squared. Now what am I aiming for? I need a minus x squared, but I've got minus 3x squared. So I better have a plus 2x squared here, so that these two add up to minus x squared. Now what does that mean for the space up here? Well, x times what is 2x squared? Well, x times 2x. Well, now I can fill in this box here, because it's 2x times minus 3, which is minus 6x. Now what am I aiming for? I'm aiming for no x's. So I've got a negative 6x here, so there better be a 6x here that cancels out with that. Okay, I can fill in this box now, because x times what is 6x? It's 6. And what goes in here? Well, 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. And that is what we wanted, because that's what's up here. Okay, so my full factorization now is that f of x must be equal to x minus 3 multiplied by x squared plus 2x plus 6. Okay, now it says fully factorise, which we've done, and hence solve where it's equal to 0. Okay, well, one obvious factor is x minus 3, so x equals 3 is going to be one solution. What about this quadratic here? Well, can't see easily how to factorise it because I can't think of any two numbers which multiply to 6 and add 2. But I think it might be a little bit worse than that because even if I try to use the quadratic formula, it's not going to work. And the reason why it won't work is, do you remember? The discriminant of this quadratic is negative. So for that quadratic there, a is 1, b is 2, and c is 6. And b squared minus 4ac for this quadratic is 2 squared, which is 4, minus 4 times 1 times 6. That's 4 minus 24, which is minus 20. And since that's less than 0, this quadratic, I'm afraid, has no real solutions. So therefore, the only solution to this cubic equation is x equals 3. And you can key that into a calculator if you don't believe me, it will tell you that. In fact, it might actually tell you x equals 3 and then give you some very weird looking other solutions that have two parts to them, kind of a number plus an amount of I. That's imaginary numbers, so those are not real solutions. Further mathematicians, you're going to love that. Everyone else, they're just not real numbers, so ignore them. All right, we'll do even more examples in the next video. Do watch it, it's not more of the same. Each one I'm trying to introduce a new idea, a new problem that you might face. So we'll keep practicing these and keep pausing before the videos and trying to solve them yourself first to see if you get this new process.